All right. Before I begin, I just want to say that this is a Diamond League video of Will Clay from 2019. I did not shoot this video. I'm just simply using it and breaking it down to provide you with some insights and some thoughts that I have that I want to share. As I mentioned, this is Will Clay. I chose him specifically for this video because his coach at the time, Jeremy Fisher, had provided some videos on his Instagram account that showed how important fast foot contacts were, or are, I should say. So, in the triple jump, I talked about this in the takeoff chapter that there are two different kinds of triple jumpers, in my personal opinion. Speed jumpers that just keep their speed really well throughout the entirety of the jump, and then power jumpers who, even if they jump a little higher and kind of buckle a little bit on landings, can still pull things off because they're very explosive and powerful. Now, the thing about the speed jumpers is that their foot contacts are extremely fast. Now, this is something that I really fleshed out or discussed at great length in the long jump takeoff, where the feet contact or the foot contacts or feet contacts, whatever you want to say, had to be flat, flat, quick, quick, short, short, right? That's how I discussed that. But in terms of providing a little bit more insight into foot contact timing in the triple, this is kind of what is leading me to this specific video. Power jumpers can spend a little bit more time on the ground with their foot contacts and still be able to pull off a very explosive movement. Whereas speed jumpers who need to keep their speed throughout have very, very fast foot contacts in the middle phases of the jump and even at the initial takeoff as well. So, again, the reason that I chose Will Clay for this is because Jeremy Fisher, his old coach, used to include these videos on his Instagram account that showed Will and his other teammates at the time who were training with him using a just jump mat, which I talked about in the book, to record how quick their foot contacts were. And they would have competitions, and they were quite funny. And actually, I think in a couple of those videos, Will was jokingly, called a cheater because he was trying to get off the mat too quickly and his competitive side of things. But what happened was the athlete or the athletes that were doing this drill would kind of, they'd be on a box and they would kind of step forward and drop down off that box and then try to get their foot contacts off that mat as quick as humanly possible. And the just jump mat can, show you reactivity in, foot contacts, how long they were on the ground. And so this is something, again, that I wanted to provide a little bit more insight into how very fast foot contacts in the triple jump must be a big focus. I would say there's only a very small percentage of athletes that are truly power jumpers who can spend longer amounts of time on the ground and still be able to pull off long distances in their jumps. I can truly think of only a couple of athletes in my entire career watching high school competitors that spent a relatively large amount of time on the ground and still were able to jump very high quality distances that took them to state and beyond. And I always wonder, had they kept their speed on those contacts, like what would have been different? But that's, for a different time. So let's take a look now at Will Clay here. And although it's in 1/4 its original speed, you can still tell how fast the contacts when he hits the ground are occurring. So here we go. Check this out. Gets off quickly, again off quickly, and again off quickly. Right? There's not it's happening so quick. And if I go to normal speed here, obviously it's going to look that much quicker. And I want you to know this is an Olympian. This is like one of the best jumpers in the history of the triple jump. I'm not saying that high school athletes or even collegiate athletes should look like this, but we as coaches need to discuss the importance of those fast foot contacts. So again, look how quickly he gets off the ground. There's almost no time whatsoever that is, occurring on that ground. It's almost instantaneous when he hits that he's already preparing and ready for another takeoff. And so again, I feel as though it's pretty simple knowledge or pretty well known that in the long jump, these need to be very quick. But I also wanted to provide some insights in this reflection, in this book update, that the foot contact, in the triple jump must also be as equally fast and explosive, especially in the middle phases of the jump to ensure the longest distances and the best quality. So I hope that makes sense. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.